My name is Kasboi. Let me address this issue very quickly. This particular issue, it's very heart-wrenching and demystifying, to say the least, because the incident that transpired in this particular story is quite debilitating and disparaging to the mental proclivities. I'm talking about this woman. Yes, this particular woman you see on the screen, Mrs. or Barrister, she's even a lawyer, Barrister Claret Bassi, Claret Okpara Bassi, who met her untimely demise while trying to catch her husband with his side chick or alleged side chick. Now, the story is very painful, very, very excruciating, because they've been married for 10 years with 3 children, and they started dating in university days, according to the story. Now, she was on her own when a friend, her own friend, called her to say she saw her husband and a side chick named Letitia. The name even sounds lackadaisically prescofious. That she saw her friend, her husband, with a side chick coming out of a supermarket. And this woman, this Barrister Claret, just got the call, jumped into her own car, and drove straight to the supermarket to confront her husband. Now, you know men, they wouldn't want to be a scene in such a chaotic atmosphere, knowing the temperamental proclivities of his wife. He wouldn't want to engage her in a show of shame. So he quickly, on sighting his wife, tried to drive out. And then the wife blocked him with her own car. And then he maneuvered past her and sped into the road. The woman maneuvered also and sped after her husband. So you and your husband were now doing James Bond on the road. Just because you want to catch her or catch him with alleged side chick. So the husband was speeding, she was speeding after him. And then the husband veered off the express quickly. And then she, trying to also abruptly follow him, saw herself abruptly running into a tree. Crashed the car. Now look at the car there. Crashed the car and unfortunately crashed her life. Now it's so painful. There are a lot of discrepancies and anomalies in this story. First of all, why would the man, let's start with the man, why will you put yourself through all this mess? You should know your wife. You know what she tolerates and what she doesn't. What does it take to just be faithful to her? And then the woman, why the overreaction? Why the hyperactive tendencies? You just heard your husband is with side chick, you entered the car and went to confront him. So what if, after all this, the Letitia happens to be somebody you know that is not actually a side chick? What if? And then you will say, okay, if she wasn't a side chick, why was the husband running? After all, a clear conscience should fear no accusation. But unfortunately, the woman, Barrister Claret, is not here to analyze all these what ifs. She is gone. And then according to the story, when the husband saw through his rearview mirror that the wife has been involved in an accident, he quickly made a U-turn to the scene, dropped off the alleged side chick Letitia on the road. That one ran away, and then he rushed to rescue his wife from the wreckage. And eyewitnesses say he was now begging and crying, begging her to forgive him, holding her in the pool of her blood and begging her to forgive him, that he has wronged her, that she should not die. But unfortunately, on getting to the hospital, she was pronounced gone. Now, my question is, who is responsible for this woman's untimely demise? Who? Is it herself, who couldn't manage her temperamental tendencies in a more pious and prolific acclimatization? Or is it her husband, who kept putting the family in such precarious situations and parochial moments that he could not manage things effectively and simulacrously? Or is it the alleged side chick, Letitia, who could not stay in her zone and kept disturbing the family? Or is it this friend that called her to be a bearer of bad news? I wonder what that one will be thinking right now. I wonder where she is now. You can't mind your business. Why put her through this excruciatingly antagonizing quagmire? So, who is responsible for her demise? Now, see what one of her friends wrote on her Facebook. That one said, "You were intimidated, subdued, and abused until you gave up. I told you to focus on yourself and the kids." And then she said, "Why didn't you call any of your bone friends as usual? I am broken to pieces." Now listen to that message. Why didn't you call any of your bone friends? Don't forget, it is one of those bone friends that called her. Bone friends. We need to bone some of these friends to save us the disparaging episcopality of these inconsistent Priscophos antagonizations that have been debilitating the cosmotic attitudinalization of our metamorphism. No, let me break it down so you can understand what I'm saying. I am implying that the agronomious inconsequential inconsistencies in this accentuated deplorability can only infuriate the acclamatic, disparaging dogmatism that abruptly systemizes every scintillating effervescence in the diagonal and perpendicularity of our environmental proclivities. Do you understand me at all?